Sonia, welcome to the answers. Yeah, dear, you say, you cannot correct. We only speak the truth and give the facts to questions that have been on our mind. In some a chair, you know, and I heard them, you can't hold no cray, I can't hold a moo about quasem, and the chair. Emo be with you had your propaganda, ye dintro, ye go be once and bonnet. In some air no cray, you throw anayeka, ewaha. Said the Indian share the answers in why effort in summer a tree yarding, about your politics, about your economy, about your social life, and about your kebi mammy kebi. Now, and you share somewhere, you know, into your fresh we the answers. Last time, yeah, show you need a can't assembly into a part 2 of assembly na ye di a home common. I say, and then the man NPP a lose election. What made the NPP lose election 2024? After a big margin in 2016, where the new Patriotic Party had done so well to win 169 seats in parliament with a margin of over 1 million votes for the presidential candidate, the former president now, His Excellency Adenta Kumi. And then the buy, what happened? And then the man NPP Timi Lusu ya and then NPP seats a war parliament 87. And then the buy, I had a year bobo sansimu near the crana to pronounce to say the na can ye be no crano near Van Goshe Obicon say woo as me see now my Lusu ye. Because if you ask us will be per se problem be on best in fact so being person solving problem be when somebody doesn't want to solve a problem, then they find someone's neck to hang the problem on the person. But the party was given a majority victory. How did the party lose that majority victory in 8 years? Why couldn't the party even sustain half of that majority victory? And those are the things we need to talk about. So join me as we talk about those things on the answers. Sonia, in summary, in part 1, we are talking about the 4 odds that were against the new Patriotic Party in election 2024. Before they started the election, the things that were against them. The first one, the burden of incumbency. And we all know that every election is a referendum on the incumbent to know his performance, to say that this is what you did and why should we give you the nod to continue. So it's a referendum on you, yes or no, we don't want you. And it doesn't even matter on whichever candidate it is. Then the next is the case of 8-year cycle. The 8-year cycle case, we all saw it to the extent that we knew it was so dire that we had to bring a term, breaking the 8, so that Ghanaians could understand that we had to move to a different trajectory. And another order was against the NPP was the barrier of a fresh candidate. We always saw that, and in fact, in the history of Ghana, aside President Mahama, who was lucky enough to become president before he went on the ballot, and even that one, there were Supreme Court issues and the rest. There is a whole strange mystery about a first-time candidate. And breaking that barrier was another thing. And that was an odd against the new Patriotic Party. Another order was against the new Patriotic Party was the poison of internal division, where we even spoke about the fact that NDC, they've had their own fair share, where the likes of Kennedy Rollins, the founder's wife, decided not to be a part of the party again. Funka Games, we saw how difficult it was. Where we also saw what's the name, Gusitano, in the 90s, coming to the tail end of the 90s, leaving the party. So internal divisions have also had their own way of becoming an odd against any political party. And NPP has had its own fair share with Alan Kyerematen leaving. But the issue on the table is what made NPP lose the election, aside these odds. What are the things that as a political party in government we did that was not so good? I keep telling people that there's a dichotomy between the policies you implement and the services you give the people as a government. Onyema na oyema wamanfo no ene oniye a ode kire omuno. They are two completely different. Two completely different things. You cannot say, I came into government and I did that for them, I did this for them, and so they should vote for me. The things you did for them, how did you treat them? That's why they say, it is not what you say to the people. It is not what you do for the people, but it is how you make the people feel. How you make the people feel. So, it could not have been one person that made NPP lose. And it could not have been the ticket of Dr. Baumia and Napo, Dr. Matthew Poku, that made NPP lose the election. Looking at the margins, there are real issues. So if anyone should come to you and tell you that, hey, this is why the NPP lost, tell the person, or these people are the reasons why the NPP lost, tell the person that, oh, you don't want us to know the truth, and you don't want us to repair the party. Let's dive deep into the issues. The first one, the arrogance of power. The arrogance of power. People have gotten the power and they forgot people. They had gotten the power and they forgot that they were humans like any of us. People had been appointed into places. CEO, minister, spoke anyhow. Okoka asemienka. Oya bonia asemienka. The arrogance. You saw how arrogant some people have become. They talk anyhow. And you see, sometimes in the quest of even doing what was right, they couldn't even hide their own arrogance. It was like a group of people had captured the party and power, and others were not part. That is where you heard people saying that, hey, as a party there, was it necessary that people should go and sit in a minister's office for more than 3 hours to 5 hours, whole day, just wanting to see a minister? What was all those about? You hear people talking, the way they talk, you could see that it was full of arrogance. Because they had power. I don't want to mention anybody's name, but they know themselves. You call them. When they wanted the power, they were in your faces. But today, they have the power. And they are fighting you with the same power that you helped them get. The arrogance of power. The arrogance of power. That no one tie she. Who can be a trauma one tie? Ghana was the Pamu finance minister. Yes, young Pamu. To the extent that Ghana for throw petitions at 13 MPs. I catch MP say, "Some Pamu finance minister now. You better 20 amo. It's the Ethiopia. Yemre Yakuma to ye man ya Pamu finance minister. Keluforiata. Why? Why? So that arrogance of power. We did a research, the Young Elephant Group, And some of the things that people stated when it comes to arrogance, say, Adena, Oman bodyguard, etibidi, nesa, tian. The professor, I'm sorry. Kai national anthem once and be sana. Things that we could have done gently. Things that we could have done gently. Things that we could have done without even people knowing that we are doing it. Wouldn't it have been nice if someone or the protocol officer of the president was sent earlier to say, "I'm going to do one part. I am going to do the constitution and amendments. I'm going to say that." Couldn't say yes, penny dream anti-manti. Couldn't the president have looked away? Because today, if you are no more president and you meet them, you can't tell them to stand. We made very bad mistakes. When we go down to campaign, we made very bad mistakes, thinking that we'll be in power forever. The flow so I won't fight because we've arrived. Hey, when did you arrive? Who made you arrive? People bring petitions, letters for employment. Me say, our last 4 years, cry and end cry. Hey, now to be Prime Minister, be say placement. Make I? How many NPP now? No MP, part the colleague MP or minister. Chow. No MP or part or no colleague minister. Chow. Just to find school placement for some brilliant students and students be award the constituency. They got 9 and so munya and 6 and so munya. Now MPP for pa break. Now my assistant for Jiska. The arrogance we can my assistant for Jiska for placement. Because you don't allow access to you. Corruption. It was because of your arrogance that breeded the corruption. You can't blame the breed of corruption on anyone. Could be fair or direct if there was a clear channel to meet the minister. Also be shower until you are just nice to the person. Be shower. Oh, they have office. Oh, my office. I bet 7, 8 hours a day. A day. Obi person who president crano. You see, so chance and walk who president. You did business abano. Now there you crowd so obi the business abba. I be poor man. You see a certain percentage. We have all those files. But I'm telling you, the next NPP government, I will raise the decks, the answers. You will raise the decks. No. We will handle it. We will handle it. See, ben no report to pass it. Minister will be the business about so many panel percentage. And the Kakuma Kian Dada. Kakuma Kayan Dada. You'll be a bar officer bed train 3 hours, 4 hours. We will create a party watchdog. What you say to me, that you tell them I'm not available today. Have an open day for meeting people. And no be about how the pesca. And no be about how the pesca. Sure. The baby na you who's arrogance no. I Alfred Ababio Kumi personally would deal with such ministers. What we have done is not yet perfect. And some you when a breaky party in Ama if you police station executive see someone got to back. Yakano. I did back when man and then MPP lose election. police station executives. Police station executives be brand new say there's so weird. And it was because of motivation. That is one. Their motivation was low. Most grassroots people of the party felt that the party had forgotten them. You see, Edidija, Muna, and Enam, and Ukrabeka Obofunze. Eating and leaving us, it comes with anger. But on the most serious note, Edidija, and Gofuenya, and Omayo Musemuti, ye bien mo bi nyabi, when you so why you musemuti. Edidija, I also. President Amao appointment. Wakoye MP, wakoye minister, wakoye MCE, wakoye DC, wakoye CEO. Yet wakoshe say board we so say. When you be na or true bias when you be. But what would you be no so? My yaka crend. And I'll go out their town. Some go funny biomunya. It's never catch there, say. NPP crack co-position. Sanko for Nibi. Meaning CEO boy or call baby for 7 years. You're different is not the boyfriend. Only no let the boyfriend. Ade. Another thing. Now go for say I swear day yakasa yentie. Yakasa, ube kan yentie. Kwabre East, so Kwabre for. Omo peni ko radio so me yakasa Kwabre for si yembe kwan. Ase ma yakache omo no. In fact, ase wo kan say Kwabre ahemfo for mo Kwabre si yembe kwan. Iwo ya yedi mo omo no. Entwakwam. We could have found a better. You see, sometimes you are saying the truth, but no people why and come with you. If you understand politics, yes, I'm going to promote, but that wasn't the right platform to have said that. In fact, we should have never even said that. To insinuate what? A place where we are getting our highest vote from. We couldn't have found something sweet. Kasade, intimate can't roll. And the NDC did propaganda with some of these things. You see, we are some idea would jifru being some man. The liber brew so sa yenisika. And that's how it felt. Is a part of the 8 years. Okay? Me personally, I dare share my power when people who has had debt restructuring. Young man, me just kaka kram dia too baby. Yeah. A repeat kakran. Because idea that one of the rules about money is you have to save. Another is that you have to let your money work for you. A buying bond. The most trusted security and an investment. The dia. Yes, you go use sika penalty. That 2 sika no sokra. People have worked their lives to put their whole pension money there. Today, some of us are still struggling because we haven't gotten our money. Adia nanka every 3 months, it's every 6 months, it's say, okay, don't roll over. Yeah. And then now go show you page about pass on some of there were people that have extra money and they wanted to do everything to make sure sure NPP will lose. And then Gloria Kufu. Obia during our time obey Chief Justice went against NPP. Obia Quebec said, "Oh, see party be crack on the NPP." Get restructuring. Get restructuring. Tell him, me come around with some parties in the scene so. But see a drop party meeting. See a drop party meeting. Tell him. Then the issue of taxes. Taxes. What do you say? Yeah, and your promises said we will move the nation from taxation to production. And this is for us so super young. That's why you say I cover levy aba. Levy there. It comes for a period of time. We could have made Ghanaians know say we are listening to them. And the levy there. And the one your map of Abba. In trouble touching and the one the NDC for Abba. D levy. But the air die, you could who cranny and walk crowded tree. And a betting tax. You may be a we could have avoided. Betting tax I ain't an idea. And then this is for they are taking about 7 times of e-levy. 7 times. The revenue they are making, they are taking 7 times of e-levy. Now, when you are say, yeah, this one go body pabako, and I say a person go body ticket. In Kofoya demonstration of state capture. State capture. Say, Yakoto Snit Hotels, we see a tall Snit Hotel. The communication on it was poor. It took some of us individually to even push that we have to fight this thing. Because the NDC was peddling lies and falsehood. When check the records, some of us had to stand in before we were even recognized. Some of us, we had to stand in before we were recognized. It's not Siama before we hear demonstration on state capture. And then aura, yingna. And you tell me you're out of state capture. I don't be a bedroom if you're my bedroom. Say, yeah, to do, or my name Japan, yeah, to assassin way, yeah, yes, say, and yeah, to my new hotels. And no, you go believe about me, I see to my new hotels. And then go believe in a poor. So, the board now me out of my new hotel. Yeah, you do kasa. Ain't man wying. And also, you go believe about me. Let's be honest. And I say, you go blame me about me. If I should want to come about me, I should say, Alan Kyerematen free party. You follow Creno, you follow Crane, yeah, Juma. A drew baby. Now, you see, I attack you, but you're the attacking your question. What impact? 6 months to election, what impact could you have made? What's Nasia? I said, near Massa 6 months to election, I will go blame you. The credit of the near why you near why you General Secretary, President, Nacho Class, what do you go Busawa cabinet? Or Panacho says here, you reshuffle. Or tea or Nagasati Nasu. Akufo-Addo was a strong man in the NPP. Akufo-Addo was a strong, in fact, he was the strongest man in the NPP. And I say, Akufo-Addo now boa party ne pa. But see, a kind of cross one, or also no abo party ne form. And the cry into me can wabonting because we knew that Akufo-Addo wanted to take the party somewhere. But some indecisions of Akufo-Addo is what has brought us where we are. Yes, Obi also want an answer. They will tell you, Akufo-Addo is loyal to the truth. And to a Pewase man or Pewase, or Kaso no nama or no nam. And that's what the people around him have learned, which is a good thing. But you see, Penia or Tinefie, a man Kolawe Nankano. You can't Nankawe for. In fact, only you put the team first. Onu and you put the team first. Akufo-Addo did his best to push all the things he said he would do. But how we made the people feel in the execution of the things we wanted to do is what has brought us here today. How we even made our own people feel. Now that Akufo-Addo ba abontia, we go for the super person. But still your part because we sat down for us to have only one strong man. And until then, Vice Chairman Timitina Radio Sukika Nasen, but our plot and General Secretary, Kodia, said he did not respond. So, Michiano Steering Committee. Sometimes people want to become the strong man in the party. They'll be any the day. And yet the day. And yes, my veteran radio swaka party was in fee. Said, where you say, when your budget, and yet no never bow. Now, say, we a whole vice chairman, I want us to be behind hotel. And them, there's a chair, my partner behind hotel and a partner, I can see a boca. Then the party a boca. Hey, partner, yeah, boca. On the most serious note, this is a party that was built on the sacrifice and the backs of people. We cannot compromise with the truth, though. Sunday way and creating internal factions, factionalisms. Where you nipa, that's where far we call. And also can yema edi power party you. I am to meet now on the Busa passing. It me pa Yansa Bain and the woman to me, dear Alan. It took on to any book for chin, Yansa Bain and the woman to Chamity Babina, ya. As a metro within ye. You sit down and do it well. Today, look at where we are. So you have to say this from one more. Then take it. Tell me, say, Obia Bow Chino pointing in sa, extra tickets, this will say, Baumian upon the my you bomb ho. Because in some Nankas and won't be a can't send no. I won't be saying you can't in some no. The puss and the we are minister your flower now offer. We are board chairman and go for him no more near Duma. Master, why name him say as a party we lost votes all over the country. All over the country. We lost the vote all over the country. All over the country. Even our base, our vote margins came down. Inti, see him crazy say we lost vote all over the country. Our vote margins came down all over the country. And it wasn't exclusive to just one place. As you put your Kubusa Sama for Adenta Kumi Betwaba. Ukorana your researcher, Yangaze. Bamiana wouldn't buy it's NPP don't know. Kubusa say, and then the man NPP who ye. And then the man could focus NPP for the own paid the job. And then I will be a man to me. Obi a 2 man so be MP. I will feel say when you 2 me in the year and one no. I don't know what order no. They said the strongholds. Some of our strongholds fell. So who catch him say about me and my lose election in here. And I see a court near Coca about me and my lose seats from 169 to 137 in 2000 and your friend said 2020 about me and my votes in the bathroom, chicken in the man. The problem started from then. The problem it started from then. But who was a factionalism in divisions? It started from a long time. From Tamana, Ekufuado, any Alan Kyerematen, who go deep inside. Some of us we've had opportunity to go deep inside to know. A buy party for be a gangy upset. The bending Kufubi, General Secretary Fluo, I say Adenta Japan General Secretary. I say you chairman of Foko Flu. It stayed in the hearts and minds of people. Today, as we are sitting down, the party does not know its base. Today, as we are sitting down, the party does not know its base. Party didn't even base. Because the base of the party is angry. So they decided that no one can vote. Tina me say, so obi back no be catch. The anger is not about somebody you. Because Ghana hayenye yeah, you get 1 or 2 people here. Just a few years, you know, a bit new mutrimunti, or we on person this and your money politics. But Ghana for we look at real issues. Papa Ayamaye said your my feel. We say, Yamiya ya doni esaba abema. We will separate government communication from party communication. Who already so abe NPP for who say who government they communicate the so. Na say NDC for no bet now na say. Because we must set a true baby. The party must separate itself from the government. So you two for Abontina wuntia. You two for them na wuntia. You might be two for Abontin. And that brings me to my final point. The NPP had the worst communication in 8 years. Worst communication in 8 years. After media, Obias, at times media relationship no here, as it's a walk to now. NPP media relationship no, and who here? The Minister of Information, Minister of Communication. The relationship you keep with the media boys and girls. Maybe behind the Jaima PA. I am not feel some new Kutamano here, youth organizer. What bet who will go back for bra yet to base or moon for moon brother? Or you bet Chiamo Bia. Obekona journalists, we will. As I'm a party now feel. Some boys are blue, party not bread. And it's what NPP, but start training people to fill those boots you've left. So I mean, baby, I will be a fire when you have to come back on the ground and help with the reorganization of the party. What's that? Our communication was poor. But I know when Ghanaians give us the chance again, we'll do better. And some of us will ensure that we'll do better. And the propaganda of NDC, which worried us most. Huh? I know their own propaganda in their high, but then we are seeing them for who they are. Someone will say, Cocoa Price say, and then yeah, you. We say, and the Ghanaians are looking at it. Their own propaganda. And I will not advise NPP to do propaganda. We are better than that. And NPP, before I'm giving you this advice, in fact, eye-opening. As who say Ghanaians see you guys as the bigger brother in the room of politics. Yeah, maybe why NDC for ya the better but momo ya fan chamo. It's maybe will be on the dada I say tickets no ma you lose here. And your ticket no in some kasa wo ho. Omo kasa na mu buso omo so e. Eyampa said debt restructuring no e had yeah na eyampa. Eyampa se na ye frama mu fa no e ha ya na. Personal party communication no poor. Na. Arrogance of power NDD enya. Na mumbu so mo. So mo ka say dia na ka tro mo say omu jai subo no mo de bo nkrofo no. Near first warning what the right people who demonstrated those arrogance of power. Personal didija wo hwa na. I believe the NPP, we are learning our lessons. And we must learn our lessons well. We must learn our lessons well. We must learn our lessons well. And let us not be weary in doing good. For in the right time we shall reap. We shall reap. Into your neck. Mr. Party for you say, Yanyadi. Nasamusa Maya Quinana, some of us. Esina near no more, Yan Tremmy, Esina near no more, almost a crowd of my Yeshi and Pesci. But some party in any one young Tino. Esina near no more. The family Alfred Ababio Kumi, when I did ready who cheer me. Thank you for joining me on The Answers.